So let's think about something. You're married.
Yeah.
You're in a union. And your union should be blessed, should be harmonious. So what happens? I'm asking you now, within yourself, within your marriage. What happens to that love?
Well, I think, fostering that love is important, right? And something you said on the other segment, which is you have to love yourself, right? So I think if I speak for myself, I've learned and developed that love for myself, right? If I'm honest, I grew up thinking I was not an attractive person, thinking that I was not worthy of love, right? I know people don't believe that today, but that's the truth, right? But over the years, I've learned how to pour into myself in terms of, a couple things that impacted me. One, at a younger age, having my parents speak into my life, right? You're the head and not the tail, right? I believe in you, right? So sowing those seeds into me early in my life helped me start believing what they started believing about me, right? Because when you think about it, when you're young, you don't have enough to compare a belief system with, right? You just essentially accept what you're hearing as maybe that's what it should be. So having my parents speak into me was one of the areas that really helped me a lot when I was younger. As I grew older, I think it was just taking certain pieces of feedback from different people that saw potential in me. And this is why when I tell people, I call it as I see it. If I see something in you that is rare, that's a gem, I will call it out, because it's those conversations that stick with people and they're like, oh, they recognize something in me that maybe I haven't seen, right? And I had a few people in my life that have done that and still continue to do that. And then as I got older, it's really getting into the Word, believing what God has said about you, as well as now developing your own self-confidence, right? So, for me, it's that reiteration of affirmations to myself, reaffirming what God says about me versus what I say about me, right? That has really helped, boost, loving myself. When it comes to loving your partner, once I think you have to establish that loving yourself position, which then allows you to love your partner, right?
Yes.
And because you've gone on that journey of learning how to love yourself, it allows you to rest in a little bit more empathy on loving that other person, right? It's not always easy because you can see that person's shortcomings and always reflect back on what those are, and want to portray that as who they are. But it's a lot of seeing them in a different light. And that's something you have to intentionally do. And you raise something, very important. That's forgiveness. I think if you're not forgiving each other on a regular basis, it's going to be extremely hard for you to maintain that connection of loving that person, because you're carrying a lot of unforgiveness.
Yes.
And that's a heavy burden to bear.
Yes, absolutely. I've heard a few things that actually you mentioned, things that you hear. So this is where the mindsets starts to program, is when people say things like, you're not enough, you're not worthy, you will not make it, or you need to be someone that God did not design you to be. Okay, so this is where the problem lies, because you mentioned it, what I hear, who says what about me. So when one knows one is in alignment with God this way, doesn't matter what someone else says. They can say what they want. It should not affect in here. They can like you, they cannot like you. And so I'm speaking myself now, okay? Referring to the hearing. Whatever they say about me, it does not enter.
Right.
I press delete.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a delete button on that computer. That's it.
Yeah.
Delete. Does not belong to me. I know who I am this way. I know who I am in Him. And this is how we need to teach the children as they're growing up. It is not what anyone says about you. It is whom you are with God.
Right.
always the soul. Always the soul. You mentioned also forgiving. Absolutely. If you do not forgive, you're going to resent the person that you're living with, whom is supposed to be your partner. Very significant thing you said is loving your partner. Once you love yourself fully, completely, and you're whole within yourself, you will naturally love that person. Because that person does not need to fulfill your love. It's already there.
Right.
So the love is naturally flowing. And you are not loving the person for what they are or their shortcomings, because we all have shortcomings. Because that person can say the same about you. I see your shortcomings, but I'm judging you. So therefore, then you judge the person on their shortcomings, but not what the heart and soul is about. Because the heart and soul is not what the person, portray. So we have to go beyond what the physical eyes and mind think and see. You have to look at, because one day, the first time you met this person, what triggered that love within yourself? Always refer to that and grow with that, because you change. Marriage is a journey. Love is a journey. You change, and that person is changing also. Correct? Communication. I remember the segment we have on spending time dating each other. Okay, when you're in a union, you must continue that courtship, because that's when you start resentment, and that's when you're not having that little time and space with that person. Right? Always go back to that to complete the love that was once there all the time.